Never, ever, ever make these 5 foundation mistakes after 50 if you want your skin looking 10 years younger in front of your family. I've done makeup in Hollywood for 30 years, and I watch women make every single one of these at department store counters, in bathroom mirrors, every day of the week. Mistake number 1 is the one your favorite brands will never admit to, because fixing it means you stop buying half the products on their shelf. And it may be the only thing standing between you and the smooth, fresh, your skin but better finish you had at 40. I'm also giving you 7 Korean foundation hacks that replace those mistakes, so watch till the end. Hack number 7, prep like the foundation is optional. When you watch a Korean makeup artist at a vanity mirror in Seoul, she spends more time on the skin before foundation than on the foundation itself. Thin layers of hydrating toner pressed in with the palms, sometimes 3 or 4 rounds of it until the skin looks glossy and plump like it just came out of a facial. They call the extreme version skin flooding, and it works because foundation behaves completely differently on hydrated skin. On a dry face, foundation grabs, it clings to every flaky patch around your nose, it settles into the creases beside your mouth, and by noon it looks like it's sitting on top of you instead of being part of you. On properly prepped skin, the same exact foundation glides on like silk and melts in. Your foundation is only ever as good as the skin underneath it. Hack number 6, fire your dense brush and hire your hands. This one makes American women clutch their pearls, but Korean artists apply foundation with their fingertips constantly, and there's real science behind it. The warmth of your hands softens the product so it fuses with your skin instead of lying on top of it. A dense buffing brush does the opposite. It drags across mature skin, it pushes product into fine lines, and it deposits far more foundation than you need. Dot the foundation on with your fingers, then press and roll a damp beauty sponge over the top to shear everything out. Press, never wipe. Wiping moves product around and leaves it streaky. Pressing sets it into the skin, and the finish looks like you were born with it. Hack number 5, learn the cushion tap. The cushion compact is one of Korea's great gifts to civilization, right up there with the sheet mask, and the technique matters more than the compact. Watch a Seoul makeup artist work a cushion puff, and you'll see a fast, light, bouncing motion tap, tap, tap all over the face, never swiping. That tapping motion builds coverage in whisper-thin layers, and thin layers are the entire secret to foundation on mature skin. One thick coat will crack and crease by lunchtime. 3 sheer coats, tapped on only where you need them, will still look fresh at dinner. Even if you never buy a cushion, steal the motion. Tap your foundation on, your laugh lines will thank you. Hack number 4, thin your foundation with skincare. This is the oldest trick in my kit. Put a pump of foundation on the back of your hand, add a single drop of facial essence or your daily moisturizer, and mix it with your ring finger before applying. You've just turned a regular foundation into a custom skin tint, and on skin over 50, a skin tint almost always photographs younger than full coverage. The coverage becomes flexible, it moves when your face moves, and it stops emphasizing texture. Fair warning, some formulas separate when you thin them out and peel into little crumbs the second they touch your sunscreen, so test on your jawline first. The right formula stays smooth and true, and I'll tell you exactly which one that is when we get to hack number 1. Hack number 3, spot conceal, don't spackle. Korean artists call it point coverage, and it's exactly what it sounds like. Instead of burying the entire face under one opaque layer, you put a sheer wash of foundation everywhere, then go back with a small brush and cover only the specific things that bother you. The redness around the nostrils, the dark half moons under the eyes, the sunspot on the cheekbone from that summer in Palm Springs you never talk about. Everything else stays luminous and real. Here's why this matters after 50. Real skin texture reads as youth. A flat, uniform, poreless mask reads as makeup, and heavy makeup is aging, full stop. The women you see on red carpets with that lit-from-within glow are wearing less foundation than you think, placed more precisely than you'd believe. Hack number 2. Break up with your powder and finish with mist instead. I know, she's been with you since high school, but heavy powder is the fastest way to add 10 years to a face, because powder sits in every line and drinks up every drop of glow. If you get shiny, press the tiniest whisper of finely milled powder only through the center of the face, down the middle of the forehead, the sides of the nose, the chin. Cheekbones stay luminous. Under the eyes gets almost nothing because powder under the eyes is where crow's feet go to become canyons. Then, the final touch every Korean makeup artist swears by. Spray a fine facial mist over the finished face and press gently with warm, clean palms. The mist knits every layer together into one seamless, breathing second skin finish. 10 seconds. And it's the difference between makeup that looks applied and makeup that looks lit from within. And now, hack number 1. Because every technique I just gave you works better or worse depending on what's actually in the bottle. There is one foundation made for mature skin. It helps to blur fine lines, it smooths texture, it looks natural, never heavy, it's almost impossible to oxidize, and it's loved by hundreds of women just like you. It's called Luxe, the Luxe color-changing foundation. Instead of a fixed pigment that fights your skin's chemistry, it uses color-adapting technology that adjusts to your individual tone as you apply it, and then stays true all day. It doesn't settle into lines the way traditional foundations do. It thins beautifully with skincare, and it taps on with a cushion puff or a damp sponge like a dream. It's not in stores yet, but it is the #1 foundation on Amazon right now, and I put the link in the description below, or you can scan the QR code on your screen. If it's gone, it's gone. You can imagine the results looking like the faces I've shown you today, though of course results may vary. And listen, if you comment the word secret, I will send you one more secret step for mature skin that may help your makeup last 12 hours or more. Just make sure you're subscribed to this channel or I cannot reach you. Now, the mistakes. Because the right foundation can still be sabotaged by the wrong habits, and I watched these 5 happen at beauty counters from Beverly Hills to the mall in Ohio. Mistake number 5, using too much product. Almost every woman over 50 is wearing at least twice the foundation she needs. More coverage does not hide texture, my love. More coverage highlights texture. Every extra layer is another layer that can crack, crease, and go cakey by 3 o'clock. Start with half a pump. You can always build. You can never gracefully subtract. Mistake number 4, wearing a flat, full matte formula. Those long-wear matte foundations were designed for oily 25-year-old skin under nightclub lighting. On mature skin, matte reads dry and dry reads old. Young skin has bounce and reflection, and that's what you're recreating. You want a satin or dewy finish that catches the light on the high points of your face, not a formula that absorbs light like a chalkboard. Mistake number 3, dragging your foundation on. Wiping and dragging with a brush or your fingers pulls at skin that has earned the right to be handled gently, and it shears product into every fine line as you go. Everything on a mature face gets pressed, tapped, and rolled. If your application motion looks like you're painting a fence, we need to talk. Mistake number 2, skipping prep because you're running late. Foundation on unprepped skin is like paint on unprimed drywall. It grabs the dry patches, it goes patchy across the cheeks, and no amount of blending will save it. Those 4 minutes of hydrating layers in the morning are worth more than the most expensive foundation in the world. Prep is the makeup. The foundation is just the top coat. And mistake number 1, the one the industry will never tell you about. You are almost certainly wearing the wrong shade, and it is probably not your fault. Most traditional foundations oxidize. The formula reacts with the oils and the pH of your skin over a few hours, and it darkens and pulls orange. So the shade that matched perfectly under the fluorescent lights at the department store counter turns muddy and warm by lunch, and that orange cast against silver hair or softening skin tone is brutally aging. The brands know this. But admitting it would mean admitting that their 40-shade wall still can't actually match you, so instead, they sell you color correctors and primers and a new shade for summer and another for winter. Fixing the problem would cost them half the shelf. This is exactly why Luxe exists, and exactly why it earned the #1 spot on my list. A foundation that adapts to you cannot turn orange on you. So here's your homework, gorgeous. Prep like you mean it, press instead of drag, cover only what needs covering, and get yourself into a foundation that adapts to you instead of demanding you adapt to it. The link for Luxe is in the description below, or scan the QR code on your screen before it sells out again. Comment secret for that bonus step, subscribe so I can send it to you, and I'll see you in the next one. Your 50s, your 60s, your 70s, this is not the era of hiding your face. This is the era of lighting it properly.